I forgot how great this movie is, guys. I literally have not seen it in years, and I remember it just being on the same level as Final Destination 2, but no higher, and not a great movie. Well, thankfully on this rewatch, I was proven wrong. This movie is great. It's the first great one in the entire series, and even though I do stand by that the second one is my favorite of the series, because of the whole log truck thing, like, you just aren't topping that. This is, without a doubt, the best installment in terms of quality. Keep in mind, I have not watched Bloodlines yet, so this may or may not get redacted or age very, very poorly within a week. But what I can tell you right now is that this movie is great. It's a great installment, it's the best of the Final Destination movies, and it is an all-around just great horror film that is a lot of fun to watch. I just wish I had more to say about it than I do, because this one, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just taking all those issues and problems that 3 and 4 screwed up so bad, and turning it into a complete win by fixing all those issues and also amplifying all this franchise's best aspects. So, without any more ado or delay, let's talk about why this movie is so freaking great. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to DestiMAYtion, which is your fan thing and everything animation, including TV and movies, and especially horror films. I am your local horror nut, Jackson Small. Welcome back to Final DestiMAYtion for Final Destination 5. What was supposedly the last movie in the series for a while, until obviously this year where we got Bloodlines. But up to that point, this was the last movie in the series, and it kind of confuses me as to why, because there's still potential there, and maybe it was because 3 and 4 were received so poorly. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, this is immediately how you fix your horror franchise after having such a terrible stinker like The Final Destination. This movie ends the series on a high note, and Bloodlines has some big shoes to fill if it wants to top it. And as always, I will keep my review spoiler-free. That way, you guys don't have anything ruined for you. But I'll just say right now, buckle up, because you are not ready for this movie. Even if you've seen all the other Final Destinations, you are not ready for the unhinged, gory, crazy insanity that this movie is. So, with all that said, and with us already at almost 3.5 minutes long, I'm sorry, let's go ahead and jump into my written review now. It's short, it's to the point, but it sums up all my thoughts pretty well. So even though this may or may not be my shortest review in this series, I still love this film. I still really like it. It's great. So, even though this may be one of the more brief reviews, it's going to be one of the most positive reviews. And after dealing with a piece of dog crap like the fourth one, it needed this. Very much needed this. So, here we go. Here's my written review for Final Destination 5 and why it kicks so much ass. Usually a movie as bad as the fourth one would completely sink a franchise for good. But thanks to the help of some new blood that weren't involved with any previous installments, they actually managed to end this one on a strong note. Once again, I haven't seen 6 yet, so I'm not taking that into account here. Final Destination 5 is the one and only installment in this franchise so far, again I have not seen 6, that I can confidently call both a great horror movie and the best one in the franchise in terms of quality. Take all those things that the past 2 got so very wrong, fix almost all of them, up the budget, up the scope and the scale to crazy levels, and bring in a great cast of up-and-coming horror movie legends, alongside finally bringing back Tony Todd as Bloodworth, after being absent for 2 movies in a row. Create the greatest premonition disaster since the second one in the bridge collapse, I love the bridge collapse scene, dude. It's so freaking awesome. I love that scene so much. It's not better than 2's Premonition, but it's up there. Bringing a huge welcome return to practical effects rather than just CGI. There's still a lot of CGI and it's not great, but there is notably a lot more practicals this time around that actually made it all the way to the screen. Which, thank goodness. And for the cherry on top, throw in one of the best twist endings in the entire horror genre. Like, maybe some people will be able to see it, but those that can't figure out all the clues, you are going to be left with your jaw on the floor when you find out what this movie is actually about. And that twist ending, damn, that was legitimately clever, and I could not figure that out. So, you get huge points for that. And you have FT5. However, though, it's not perfect either. This one's flaws are very minuscule, though. Mainly just the side characters being hit or miss. Some of them are still not great, and we do have to deal with another pervert. Which, you know, horror movie stable, I get it, but doesn't mean that they're fun to watch, even though the actor does a great job playing this disgusting, despicable human being. And the rewatchability not being on the same level as 2 due to the third act rushing a bit. The final act only lasts like 5-10 minutes, and then it's over. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they rushed to the ending, but... Well, not the ending, the whole third act. The whole third act, aside from the twist ending, is rushed. I don't know why. Maybe they were running out of time to film. I don't know. But it is rushed, and it's because of that it's not as rewatchable as 2. And they will never, never top the Premonition from 2, no matter how much they try. No offense to the giant building exploding thing that we're about to see in Bloodlines, but I still don't think it's going to be able to top that insane freaking car accident. Like, that is some realistic, gruesome, horrific, scary shit. Like, it has given people a phobia because it was so shocking. And I'm not sure if Bloodlines is going to match that quite yet. Overall, though, while 2 is still my favorite in terms of rewatchability, this is undoubtedly the best installment in the franchise and an all-around fantastic horror movie that only gets more fun each time I watch it. Highly recommended. Hopefully Bloodlines is on the same level, and considering it's sitting at 90% scores on both sides of RT, that's encouraging. Not to mention all the reviews I've been seeing on the internet about it, also very encouraging. Like, I'm super freaking psyched for Bloodlines. I won't be able to review it immediately, because I still need to see it, obviously. But once I see it, whenever I have the time to see it, whenever I'm not busy doing a bunch of other things, I will be sure to review it. So, even though there's going to be a bit of a hiatus gap between this and the last Final DestiMAYtion, trust me when I say it should be worth it. It should be worth it. Overall, though, as for this film, my final verdict for Final Destination 5 is an easy, highest in the franchise, 8 out of 10. I want to give it a 9. I really do. But because the side characters are so hit or miss, and the third act is rushed a bit, I cannot put it any higher than an 8 on good conscience. But it's still a great film. It's still the first of these original 5 to be a genuinely great film. And I'm just glad it exists. Because if all we had before this was the Final Destination, ugh, that would have just left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. So, yeah, that's it. That's my final destination review for now. And whenever I see Bloodlines, I'll review that, and that'll be the Final DestiMAYtion. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this almost every single day. And while we do have to wait a bit for the next one, because I can't see it yet, I'm just really busy with other things at the moment. Instead, we are going to continue down our Marvel train, because next up, next up is something that I do have some thoughts about, and may or may not get me some hate in the comments, so I'm already ready for it. So I'll see you guys if you're watching the Final DestiMAYtion playlist when it's fully updated. See you next time for Final Destination Bloodlines, and if you're just watching this as a regular upload, see you next time for Black Panther.
Excited for what comes up ahead.